Democracies die slowly. And I think that this bill would be a fatal blow to our democracy. When we talk about what was just reviewed, this, I guess we're calling it Committee on Election Integrity, has no integrity, has none. What it would do, and you can laugh, Representative, but what it would do is allow the folks on this committee that are actively up for re-election to subpoena ballots, to subpoena elections officials during an election of which they are participants. Nothing about that screams of integrity. I keep hearing from the majority party about the worries and the concerns that you have about ballots, about ballot boxes being stuffed. But what this committee would be able to do is to actually steal ballot boxes.
I'm going to interrupt for just a second.
Mr. Chairman, I should be able to finish my point.
I am interrupting because...
Okay, you're interrupting because
I want to clarify, it's not this committee.
I'm talking about the committee that this resolution would create.
Right. It would be a select committee appointed by the Speaker. Okay? It's not the House Government Committee. It's a select committee.
Consist, Mr. Chairman, of members that are actively running for election.
The intent of the resolution is to do this post-election. So it's to look at what happened.
The bill doesn't say that. The resolution does not say that.
Well, that is the intent of the resolution, is not to do an investigation of the election while it's ongoing. It's to look at all the practices that are put into place.
And so, Mr. Chairman, so it would start on November 4th?
This is to look at the practices that were put in place and how this election worked out so that next session we can put legislation and or regulations in place to further, right now, this is our first go-around.
Mr. Chairman, everything that you're saying, that's not in this bill. This bill does not say this will happen next term. If we want to do something like this, we should wait until the votes are cast, and then whoever has the majority next term can introduce this legislation. And you mentioned Philadelphia, and we heard the president last night say bad things happen in Philadelphia.
Today, there was a big problem. In Philadelphia, they went in to watch. They're called poll watchers, a very safe, very nice thing. They were thrown out. They weren't allowed to watch. You know why? Because bad things happen in Philadelphia, bad things.
The reality is bad things are happening in this committee. This is a bad bill that should never have been brought up. This is unacceptable and a despicable piece of legislation.
Thank you for your comments.
No, and Mr. Speaker,
Representative Solomon.
No, Mr. Speaker, I'm not finished. I mean, Mr. Chairman.
You are finished.
I'm not finished.
You are
I'm
finished.
not finished.
Why can't he finish?
No, and I think I should be allowed to finish. I was elected just like you
if you would lower your tone.
And you can tell me to lower my tone, but I'm not going to lower it when we're talking about our democracy and people's votes.
Make your points. Finish up.
Thank you. As I was saying, this bill would allow ballots to be subpoenaed.
It specifically says you can't subpoena ballots.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
That's in the Constitution.
Is a farce. It would allow you to subpoena, and as it says in here, would have the Sergeant at Arms enforcing these subpoenas. And so is it your intent that you're going to enforce a subpoena against county election officials with the Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Chairman? Does the gesture mean yes?
The House of Representatives in the Constitution has an obligation of oversight of the departments and everything else that it's created. it has the authority to have subpoena power. That's in the Constitution.
A lot of things are in the Constitution that this
And-
resolution is ignoring, including the fact that folks have a right to have a free and fair election, which this is going to blow up. This is unacceptable, Mr. Chairman, and I will tell you.
You've said
I will
that
tell
5
you,
times.
I know, and I'm glad that you're keeping count, because this is unacceptable, and I am so disappointed that you would even bring this up. When I read this and it had your name on it, I was so disappointed. And you should be too. You should be ashamed.
Okay,
and I
now
would
you're
ask,
down,
I
you're
would
down to
ask,
personal
Mr.
stuff.
Chairman, I will make a motion. You can make whatever points you want. You're not going to shut me up. You are out of order, and you've been out of order.
Hey, look,
You have been out of order.
Representative
Allow
Kenyetta,
the member to
listen,
speak
I will
from
have,
Philadelphia. His serious
if you
concerns.
don't get her to
Do not
control.
Then you're
threaten
gonna
him
have
with
security come drag me
Do not
out.
threaten him with security.
Well, then get your member under control.
You're going to have security come drag me out, Mr. Chairman?
Get your member under control.
I'm
No,
not-
Mr.
do
Chairman,
not
Mr. Chairman,
speak
you're
that way.
not going to say, get me under control. You need to
Are you
get your
gonna make a
caucus under
motion?
No one
control.
is getting Malcolm Kenyetta under control.
You
Are you
are
making-
acting.
Are you making a
What you're
motion?
doing, your caucus is acting more like a cult than it's acting like a caucus. And I'm going
Now
to
you're
end my statements
making
there.
personal-
I am ending my statements there. This is personal because the democracy is personal to me. It should be personal to you.
Are you making a motion?
Yes,
I believe
my
you.
motion was to table this legislation.
Thank you.